this opportunity that we wouldn't have had years ago to ship a game and then really collaborate with people outside the studio to figure out, like, what is the best version of that.
Honestly, yeah, like, we're building something the community has been asking for, and it's accumulation of everything that we believe the game needs to be.
The upside to that is we're not holding anything back. All the feedback we've heard for the last year is, this is it. It's in Forsaken.
We want this release to have a different tone and a different vibe.
We sort of just embrace that Western revenge vibe. You're going to go to a darker place. You're going to take on a different role as a Guardian.
A barren landscape with, like, the asteroid vibe with, like, tumbleweeds. And, I mean, that just sounded cool.
Grit, man. We want to bring the dirt back. But what better way to start a story than to start it with a prison break?
Right.
Cade's been filling this prison with bad guys that are really bad, and so when it breaks, things can happen to all the world.
So that's how they're going to reintroduce the Prison of Elders.
Shore, which is a new part of the reef that you've never seen before.
That's right, my friend. It's a collection of lashed together asteroids and rocks out in the asteroid
It's
belt.
very otherworldly, and it's full of
pirates and assassins and
bad guys.
It's become a lawless place. It truly is a frontier. It's completely taken over.
I don't know how I feel about that.
The most malevolent force there is the Storm. They're very aggressive. They're always going to
Oh shit! Is this a new enemies finally?
And the Storm. And each one has gone back
Or are they
to, like,
still
committed
fallen?
various crimes. I think of it as the reverse Magnificent Seven, like the worst of the worst.
They still look like fallen. They're like barracks
So one Baron is
type.
a sniper, and you have a sniper versus sniper battle with them.
Huh.
Another Baron is this big, giant, hulking melee character.
Oh shit!
One of the things we're most excited about.
At least they have
is
different
the new
animation and
weapon system.
weapons.
Hey, if you like Destiny 2, great, play that way. But if you like Destiny 1, great, play that way. But if you're crazy, why not 3 shotguns? Right?
What
Just
the
for
fuck? What?
As many ways as possible, and then we need to have people fighting about it. Like,
Why?
oh, man, you f***ed up, you're taking the wrong weapons, or
Why would they fucking? This is 3 different weapon loadouts. What the fuck? 3 shotguns. That's ridiculous.
And we're improving the mod system, so you can customize your weapon the way you want it. We've got
Okay,
whole
that's a pretty
new
dope looking
masterwork
weapon.
style system coming together where you actually are able to kind of move your levels up over time, and so there's investment back on the weapons again. Pretty crazy. What's your favorite? Fire knives are awesome, which is a different take
What?
on Golden Gun. We took a lot of inspiration from Rise of Iron.
Wow.
Cast that thing. We got a
And
huge
he has a
hammer now.
huge
You
fucking
slap
hammer.
that
The
thing
Titan
down, it sends
has a
this
one
fire
massive
out.
flaming hammer.
A fire tornado.
Okay, it's not bad.
We gotta take it to the next level, you know? The idea that anyone who
That might be a
however they
better
play, they're gonna have some new
Well,
way to engage
hunter
them.
ability though. It's fire knives.
I'm in love with the new Void Warlock. Teleportation that's like super anime, just like...
So everybody gets. Is it all
We've been having
3 new
great games with
supers?
the Arc Warlock.
Or
Basically
is
cast this thing
Hunter and
full back.
Warlock just gonna get
And
solar?
it's gonna break the game.
Oh,
I think
no.
that's basic, yeah, you know?
Oh shit! Everybody's
We
getting new
wanted a weapon type that
supers.
felt meaningful, so we came up with a bow and arrow, so which seems kind of crazy, but when you use it, you feel like
fuck?
godlike. It is utilitarian, it's fantastical.
They're
It's
adding a
also
bow to the
sci-fi.
game.
So we have a short range bow, we have a medium range bow, we have a long range bow. But we built this guy who's like supposed to be super techy.
That looks very out of place.
You're
But
like, why
in Destiny.
would you ever choose a bow in a game that has an automatic, machine gun? But boy, it's deadly. I mean, that's a nice machine gun you got there, buddy, but right, and then it's done.
Oh, is this supposed to be a one-shot? Okay,
The
so
biggest
Prison
thing
is
for
definitely
me
back.
Going into
Prison
production
of
on this
Elders.
game was like a new way to play, a new thing to do that like is new to Destiny. Let's see what we've
It looks like it's the same animation though from Call of Duty. You just take another Activision access
Gambit
asset.
is a brand new mode
and use
Destiny
the...
begs to marry PvE and PvP together.
It's like adding bacon to peanut butter and jelly.
Why?
You start
No.
off being able to see the other team that you're going to compete against, so you can taunt each other, you can emote.
Each team is in their own separate arena, and they're being assaulted by combatants.
They're dropping motes for you to collect, you bank them.
When you put them in your bank, you're going to send a blocker over to the other side. That locks their bank down. They can't put motes into it until they take out that blocker. Filling up your bank with the motes is how you summon your primeval.
It almost seems like a MOBA
style.
Interesting.
The interesting part is that we allow one person from your team to go over to the other side and physically invade. I mean, I've seen people that just hate PvP. Like, the first time they invade and they get multiple kills, they'll come back and they'll be like, suck it! It's awesome.
We leave the raid team alone. And if you can't tell, like, we just kind of let them do their own thing. But
We have Joe over there.
For this next raid, we wanted to get back to the epic adventure where you're going out to slay a big monster again. This raid has more bosses than any raid we've ever had before, and we're really excited to get players in there.
I just better be.
the raid is actually about more than just the raid. It's about the dreaming city, the place that the raid exists. And it's an in-game destination that we've never done before.
It's the awoken homeland.
I could talk about the dreaming city for hours. It's like if the Vault of Glass and Dreadnought had a baby.
They were like twins.
Or the twins. Yeah, that's actually more accurate.
Yeah, they're like twins. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
had twins,
Yeah.
and then you took those twins and you put them on the doorstep of Peter Jackson, raised them as his own, and then that's the dreaming city.
It is magical and weird and mysterious.
It's designed to
Looks
be
nice.
a destination that
I just hope the raid
puzzles
boss
that
is
you need to
actually a
solve.
story
A lot of
zone
hidden
boss.
corners, lots of passageways that might not seem to exist the first time.
And the raiders,
Taken?
they infect this
Son
destination.
of
They
a
change it
bitch.
for everyone.
It's like this cyclical endgame place where there's just secrets and different activities that unveil over time. And
So the dreaming city that you see at launch is not going to be the same dreaming city 2-3 weeks later.
So with every design decision we made for the Forsaken, like the first thing we ask is how will the community react to this?
Players want their investment in Destiny to matter, and they want to be able to see that reflected in the content.
We knew we wanted to do something for the collectors in our game, so we built a feature called the Collections. It's a way for you to track all the items that you can go out and acquire.
There's so much.
Finally, so I don't gotta use fucking Destiny sets 24/7.
You can look at sets and you can say, I haven't filled out this set. What do I have to do to go get it?
If I want to find like how many guns in the world, I can actually go look now.
We also had a triumphs thing, which is just acknowledging your achievement.
It like ties into records, it ties into lore.
it's a thing that can help you drive, like, hey, I want to do that. And if I do those things, I can get a title. Like, I can have a title
Yeah,
floating over
like-
my name that says that I'm a god or whatever. Not me, like you.
We want Forsaken to feel like a game that never ends. So we're going to reinforce the hobby and make the experience something that
Yeah,
can
another
be
exotic
played
sword.
night
Hopefully
over
it's
night.
We're
good.
changing the weapon systems. We're changing how the pursuits work. We're adding new features like the collections and the triumphs. We built Gambit.
We've got a whole bunch of new weapons to chase, exotics
Is that
that
a
are really
poop
powerful.
void
We have
shield?
Lisa focusing on some sweet new exotic armor. Maybe we got overboard, like dialed it too high.
Oh
Go out there
shit.
and collect in the world.
That
Exotic armor pieces to go out there and
was like the Gallahorn and Truth mixed together is what that looked like.
Armor perks, random rolls, new mod system, new subclass
Yeah,
packs.
more exotic swords. Okay, so all the subclasses got new abilities for all the characters. Void,
That's what we're going to
Arc, and Solar.
always. Everything we're building.
I wonder if it's gonna completely erase though the base abilities. September 4th. Okay.
Hello.
I just
Interesting.
saw you guys in that video.
I know, it's very, very
Is
fancy.
this, are we live? Is this real?
Calm down.
I guess,
Yeah.
is this now?
It's just me.
Oh my god, these are so cheesy.
Okay, good. Well, in that case, welcome to the live portion of the show. That was obviously a Bungie Vidoc, so that we could reveal Destiny 2 Forsaken, a major expansion to the game that we've been playing since last September. And this September, we're going to have all new ways to play and collect.
Oh my god.
And evolve
If
and
you
do
say that shit
awesome
again,
stuff.
Deej.
So it's my pleasure to introduce you to my two fellow co-hosts, two developers who have been leading our team in the development of this new adventure. They are Scott Taylor.
Hi.
And Steve Kopp.
How's it going?
These two gentlemen have been with me on stream previously. If you've been watching Bungie streams for a while, they may seem familiar to you. Scott, you and I sat next to each other right around this time last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yep.
God, time passes so
does.
fast when you're playing fun. So we were together for the reveal
You mean
of
the
Rise
Friends
of Iron.
game?
That was great.
And Steve, you and I traveled all the way to Germany by way of 2 planes and 4 trains.
18 trains.
Yeah. But you were on stream for the first time that we ever revealed private matches and playing in Rise of Iron. So welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
For people who might not be familiar with you, for people who might not know what you do here,
Sure.
Talk to me about what you do at Bungie and what your contribution to Forsaken has been.
Right, so I am the Forsaken project lead. My primary job is controlling Steve.
Okay.
When I'm not doing that,
okay.
we work with a lot of awesome people, the leads of the game, to make sure that Forsaken ships and is everything that we want it to be. So that's kind of what I do.
Do you concur? Are you under control?
Well, for loose cannon, I guess. Maybe. No, he keeps me under control.
Yeah. Step into analysis.
Step into.
Yeah.
It's the Westworld.
So
Oh my God.
what's your,
These
role
are
on-
these guys are not funny.
A game, any game,
just not funny.
like Destiny especially, somebody kind of has to try to keep the whole game in their head so that we're making all the right decisions for what's best for the game. So I guess that's what I do, and set high-level direction and goals
Here
for the
you go.
teams. But mostly, I think I just listen to a bunch of great ideas and nod a lot.
Yeah. Okay. And we, enabling so many different
Gave him the
disciplines,
gift
so
of
many
life.
different teams to work on this
Came out wrong.
game, and we got to meet a lot of those teams and a lot of those people in the Vidoc. Narrative designers, sandbox designers, mission designers, activity designers.
Yep.
So it's all coming together all over again under your direction. So we're grateful for it. What have been your overall goals? What have been your super objectives in the leadership and guidance of all these teams working together?
So we had 2 goals with the Forsaken, Scott and I. The first was to kick off the game with a brand new story. One that had a new tone and a new style, one that we're both really, really excited about.
Oh, really? We're getting a new story in the DLC? Wow.
We're not going to talk about that much today.
Did not expect that.
For a little bit later. But the other goal was that we wanted to reinforce the Destiny hobby. And that was about bringing depth back to the game. It's about not, depth in the way that we challenge players, and the way that they discover secrets and the systems, and the way that they learn about the game and feel smart and think about the game. So those were the 2 goals.
Okay. When you talk about bringing depth to the game, I think we took a look just briefly at the Dreaming City during the Vidoc, and I think this is a great piece of evidence as to your commitment to the end game and exactly how you're bringing this depth to the end game. And I love the statement that this is the first time that we've ever built a destination to serve as the home to the end game, a place where all of those things can live.
Yeah, so I don't want to spoil the surprise here, because that's what the Dreaming City is about being a surprise. But it is a destination built to have some of the most difficult challenges and the deepest secrets. But it's one that I think we want to leave for another day as well.
Secrets aren't very valuable.
We're being coy about a lot.
It's funny. Yeah, we haven't. I mean, actually, we're just really excited about the Dreaming City, and it ties into the raid in a really special way. And so we're showing more of that than we have before. But it's because we really want to show that the raid and they all tie together in a really impactful way. But player discovery is really important, and so that I think we're gonna kind of leave it there.
That's fine
for this.
Yeah.
But
you have a lot of
look how
end game.
pretty.
You have a lot
Look
of
how pretty.
It is pretty.
Look how pretty.
It is pretty, and you have a lot of end game promises to make. These are promises that we will keep in the game, and also promises that we will elaborate on all summer long. This stream is the beginning of a conversation. I think we're kind of creating a table of contents of conversations that we will have later on. The story reveal is planned for E3. So next week we'll learn a lot more about the story that they're telling.
That's why you're showing this so damn early.
In-game challenges as the summer unfolds. May even invite some people outside of our studio to experience the Dreaming City and to talk about its promise, because we're pretty good at saying that what we make is cool, but an outside perspective is always valuable. So these are curiosities that we will pay off later. Apologies if you want us to delve all the way into the deepest reaches of the Dreaming City.
We want you guys to play this game.
Yes, we do.
Play the
We
game.
do, in fact, want you to play this game.
Yes.
So these are conversations that
Sure.
we'll have later. Something that we talked about a great deal
You want us to
in the
spend money
Vidoc
on the game.
was Gambit.
Gambit my shirt.
Gambit, yes, or as our community has come to know it, Redacted.
Yes.
So this was the super secret mode that we have had some people in our community get a first glimpse at here in our studio. If you were one of those people, one housekeeping note, we do want your reactions and your hot takes about Gambit to be kept under wraps until the first day of E3. But if you'd like to raise your hand and say, I have played Gambit, that's a good beat for this moment.
They can replace Redacted
Oops.
With Gambit. Yeah, that's about as much as the conversation has evolved.
That seems good.
But while we did talk a lot about how it plays and what the essential experience is, what have been your goals for this new activity? We've never seen Destiny played this way before.
So it was really important to both Scott and I that Forsaken was able to deliver a new experience to people, right? And so what we gave the team, Lars, Robbie Stevens, the team free reign to invent something completely new, but specifically one that took advantage of all the best aspects of Destiny. So shooting monsters in the face, shooting guardians in the face, bring those together, and then add like big bosses and small bosses and treasure goblins. And
Like moat goblins. There's moats.
Moat goblins.
Like Golden Axe.
Yeah, and then
one player's moat is another player's treasure.
That's true, actually. Yes, that is true.
If you bang
those are a thing.
Yeah.
So all of those things, and then the team did something really awesome, and they added a risk-reward strategy mechanic to the game that really changes the conversations and the way that the decisions that you make during the game. It's no longer just about how fast can I shoot a guy and bring him down. It's about, well, should I be killing guys? Should I be collecting motes? Should I be banking? Should I be invading the other team? And so the result is fantastic to play. The community got to play it.
And then, actually, this is really cool. At E3 next week,
yes,
people will get to play Gambit. That's what we're going to have there. So on the show floor, we're going to have Gambit. And Gambit will also be it'll be its own node. This new activity will live alongside the Crucible, the Strikes, and we have Gambit.
Yeah, it's its own thing. So, as Scott just said, we will be at E3 for the 6th year in a row. We will be at the Activision booth, working with our friends, put on a great show for everyone who gathers around that space. Stop by and play, stop by and spectate. This is our first opportunity for people to get hands-on with this new activity. Now, if it's a little late for you to be planning a trip to Los Angeles or trying to score an E3 badge and you want to join the hands-on pre-launch conversation, we're going to take that same Gambit build, that same pre-launch build that we're bringing to E3, and we're going to ship it straight to Tampa, Florida after E3 is over so that it can be playable also at Guardian Con. So we're going to be sending an away team to that gathering of community and content creators. Gambit will be playable there, and if you want to be included, get yourself a ticket to Guardian Con, because we'll be there too, and we'll see you there. Anything else that we want to say about Gambit before we move on?
Just excited for people to play it.
Yeah. Yes. So you've talked a lot about reinforcing the hobby, and once the Destiny campaign is finished, a lot of players are always asking us, what's now? What's next? How are you going to keep me engaged over the course of a year? Give me a roadmap for all of the other moments when I know that my hobby as a Guardian is going to be infused with new things to do. One of our new answers to that question is something that we're calling the annual pass. This is a new way for us to sustain the game with new releases of content. And if we can keep the main graphic on the screen for just one moment longer, I want to call out the fact that the annual pass has 3 different releases. This is live on DestinyTheGame.com right now. Because our product pages have gone live, we just want to set some expectations for how this is different from what you may have known this year. If you played Curse of Osiris, if you played Warmind, this is a different thing. So if you're the type of person that
this looks like more money.
Down on something as becomes available, to set your expectations that this is different than those expansions. What we have here are 3 different releases that will come out over over the course of the year, Black Armory, Joker's Wild, and Penumbra in the winter, spring, and summer to come. So these releases are a new way for us to deliver content. What would you say? What purpose would you say that these?
No. What price would you say is what I want to know.
And it's also about. It's more about chasing. It's more about chasing the power in the gear.
Okay.
And basically that's it. I mean, it's more often more stuff that you care
huge
about.
Cornerstone for Destiny: the acquisition of power, the collection of new gear, the upgrading of your character. That's really what people talk about when they refer to the Destiny hobby.
Yep.
Let me take a deeper dive into exactly what you'll find in these different releases over the course of the year in the annual pass.
That's what freaks me out. It's called annual pass, like a season pass, meaning you're gonna have to pay even more money for this shit.
Endgame challenges, obviously new things to collect, new and returning exotics, new pinnacle activities, deeply challenging things to really test your skill and your teamwork, new triumph records to collect, and we'll take a look at exactly how that'll unfold in the game, and new lore to discover and collect in the game.
I don't know if I will.
Features that we'll be delivering to
Because Anthem's coming around the corner around the same time they try to do this shit.
for the people that purchase it, but this collection game is about to evolve in year 2. So I would say that.
So if they're gonna make me spend another like 60-something bucks,
harder into
yeah,
things that keep you coming
Anthem
back
will
to
gladly
the game
take my money.
month over month. It's activities, it's action, it's challenges, it's things to earn and collect. We're not leaning as hard into cutscenes or cinematics. Obviously, we're telling a story, but it's a story that you'll discover in moments of action, the reason we play the game, and things that we can collect, and our understanding of the world that you're creating will grow over time through the annual pass, and you'll be building on the great story that you're telling in Forsaken.
Yeah, it's definitely about not having just a single moment where people come back, and having that kind of extend and stretch out.
Yeah. And each of these releases, the 3 releases that we indicated, each of those releases begins a new season of play. So they kick off the season. It's a season that every player can enjoy with the people that own the annual pass. But
Yep.
it is
Own the fuck.
thematic shift. So with the new season, with the new release in the annual pass, we create a new theme that presides over everything.
Anthem is about. I hope Anthem murders Destiny now.
You'll need to know more about. This is something that we will be talking more about.
All the fuck Destiny seems to care about now is money. That's all the fuck they seem to care about now.
Everyone made the assumption that these are these 2 expansions that I'm used to getting in Destiny. We've reinvented the way we sustain the hobby. We've reinvented the way that we release new content after launch.
You didn't reinvent nothing. You just created a season pass.
More about everything we're talking about today, but we'll definitely talk more about this soon. Anything
Wow.
else you guys are saying about that?
See, and then you see how they're not answering, saying how much it costs.
In addition,
How much the price is going to be for
obviously, there's all
this.
the things that we do for every player of Destiny 2.
See, for every player, meaning the people who don't play. I mean, don't pay anymore for the expansions.
If all has gone according to plan upstairs, we have a brand new roadmap
Wow.
that has been updated.
Wow,
on
Bungie.
Bungie.net.
That's exactly what we needed to hear in this dev stream. We needed to know we're going to be spending even more money on top of the year 2 expansion. That's exactly what we wanted to hear, Bungie. Thanks for that.
Destiny 2 will receive. And as you can see, update 1.2.3, 1.2.3, so you don't think I'm just counting, due out on July 17th, has some pretty exciting new developments that will change the game even before Forsaken launches. Let's call out some of the things that we're looking forward to the most. Solstice of Heroes seasonal event.
It's very fun.
Yeah. So, and while the annual pass will have different things for players to tackle and enjoy, every player of Destiny 2 is going to continue to enjoy these seasonal events, these special occasions. Solstice of Heroes really deserves its own proper reveal. Yeah. So we will talk more.
That's why they're unveiling it so early, though.
66 quick
They're
play.
trying to get people to pay for the shit now.
The 66 playlist in the Crucible will permanently be home to 6 players versus 6 players. We'll keep competitive as that, intimate little sweatier, a little more challenging 4v4 engagements. And for those solo players out there
4v4s
that
aren't fucking
excited about
sweaty.
6 players
It's
versus
team
6
shot all
players
day,
in those
every day.
stacked teams, the
There's
role
nothing
of
challenging
players
about it.
becomes
It's
permanent.
skillless.
And then all of the other things that you may have seen on a previous roadmap, bounties, prestige raid layers, and some of the different features that improve your quality of life as a player. Let's move on to year 2. Along with the launch of Forsaken come a lot of interesting evolutions to the Destiny player experience. Scott, I think you can agree with me when I say that the most important development, the most important update on this list, bulk shader deletion.
I don't think it's a question. I think it's just
Wow, it's going to take y'all till September to give us multiple shader deletion?
Some other features.
All kidding aside, shaders have been a very large conversation.
That's
Because
ridiculous.
there's a lot of other things here that a lot of players of Destiny can get very excited
So
about.
I'm still going to have to delete my shaders individually, which I actually just did too on this stream. I like literally went to the postmaster and was deleting shit individually. You have to wait till December before we can.
What else are you excited about? What else you want to call out?
Oh man, well there's vault space, which is also another thing that you know.
Yeah.
We add all this content and. I don't wanna
Oh, you mean the
spoil
same
it.
issue we had in Destiny 1?
Some random roles.
Vault space?
We can
It's going to take you another
those
year?
things all tie together.
About a full year before we actually get that changed?
Vault space is pretty important.
We'll take a look at Gear Collection and in-game Triumph in just a minute, but it's important
Gear
to call out
Collection.
that,
You know that was in Destiny 1.
collecting gear and keeping it in a menu that's sort of like your accomplishments, weapon randomization, or affectionately known as random rolls, that is something that is coming back. Let's just say it again.
Yeah, they're testing it upstairs right now. It's coming back. We're bringing it in. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
What's your goal for that as a game director?
Yeah, the goal for random rolls is just to get, to make earning gear more exciting to players, to personalize their chase for weapons and armor, and to like really get add that depth that we were talking about before to a system that they can now kind of learn and dig into and try to figure out.
Yeah, I'm loving this recurring theme of depth.
Yeah.
Every drop has the potential to be exciting, to be something new. And then when you get those weapons, how do we arrange them on our character? The weapon slot changes are something that are in development. We've seen that in playtest.
Oh yeah, yes. Actually, do you want to talk about how it works? Then I can.
Sure, like weapon slots. Weapon slots are really exciting. I mean, all those all those things on that list are exciting. Weapon slots, especially, because the weapon slots are really about like giving you more control over your playstyle. So for me, it's about getting my fusion rifle back.
Sure.
That's just that's my priority. But for everyone else, I think it's different, right? And so now you have more control over which weapons you can put in those first 2 slots. You can still roll your 2 hand cannons if you want. Or you can roll 3 shotguns. If that's.
I do enjoy shotguns.
Yeah, but it changes the way that you think about the weapons that exist today, because it's going to like force you to move things around in a way that's really interesting, and then it changes the way you think about ammo and the way that it works. And so I'm really excited for people to play the weapon slots at E3.
Yeah. So yes, like Steve said.
Sorry to steal your thunder there.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Spoiler. I didn't control him.
Yes.
He was next to
there
me.
you go.
You're a loose cannon. You're a loose
I was keeping my mouth shut for a little while on purpose.
No, so at E3 we said we're going to play Gambit. That means we're also going to be able to play test the new thing. So if you want a sniper in your primary, you want to play the bow. Like,
Oh God, no! Every sniper is about to be No Land Beyond. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's in development. It's not the full game. It's not the
Shit.
finished product.
That is not what the fuck we needed.
Inventory for use there, so it won't be the full realization of how the weapon slot changes will work, but it'll give people a sense of how we're changing combat with access to different types of weapons for different opportunities. And like you said, you're going to let people play the way they want.
Yeah. And those are all going to be Forsaken weapons too. So it'll be new cool stuff that people get to see in the different slots.
Yep. And I did say that Destiny won't necessarily become rocket launcher the game, or was that just a fever dream from a rehearsal that we had prior to the stream?
You said the fever.
Did I say that live? Is this now? Is this now? Okay. Yeah, so there's all sorts of other conversations that we'll need to have about ammunition and balance and all of those things. So this will be a long conversation throughout the course of the summer. Where are we going next? We called out on the roadmap that gear collections and in-game triumphs are something that we're bringing to every player of Destiny 2, and we caught a glimpse of that in the Vidoc. But just to reinforce the fact that it is in fact real, I would like to break net live to a build of the game.
Can I say something?
I would love for you to say something.
So this is a build we propped from someone's machine. It's totally in development. We are going full transparent. You're gonna see things, numbers, whatever. They are all like, they're not fake, but they're not real. They're not done.
They're not done.
Back in Westworld, like so they're not done. And so when you see something that's a number on a screen or this is about, we're gonna show you guys the bones, and I am not uncomfortable about this. This is gonna be great.
This is a look behind the curtain. This is a glimpse of something that is in fact in development. You can see our brave guardian named Bungie TV. This is a hunter that we have cobbled together for the purposes of this demonstration. This is obviously not my character because hunter, but
What are you?
I'm a warlock.
Warlock, man, Warlock Masteries. You know this shit.
Here you go.
You know that.
Steve, take Titan. Yes,
Are you?
take your Warlock.
Okay.
I'm only playing on my Titan now to switch up my stream a bit.
Take a look at the global navigation here on our user interface. Across the top, the first thing you'll notice are some new feature tabs. The first that I'll call out are the triumphs.
Yep.
And
So,
if you can
like,
pay
essentially.
to some of the headers here, all of this is a work in progress.
I want that placeholder medal.
Yeah, you want that
sounds amazing.
placeholder medal?
Yeah,
exactly. That's
great.
a hard
Is it
one.
bad?
Although I am looking forward to that though. That'll be pretty
But
interesting.
there's a lot of empty space that you can populate here. You talked during
The triumphs
Vidoc
actually
about some of the
give
different
you
badges,
headers
some of the different titles
and
that you can
badges
display to
over your
commemorate your
name.
accomplishments. We're going to take a very high-level view
Depending
of
on
this,
what you complete.
and everything that you're about to see is a work in progress. So you can screenshot this, you can speculate this. All the numbers will change. As you can see, we have Gambit-specific triumphs to collect and to lord over your friends. How you collect modes or the blockers, or you can see that we've broken this out into different categories.
Gambit.
Again, there are not 0 of these things, but you can see that this is about creating many different levels of meaning and letting you gather these things together and categorize them in ways that make sense. So that's Gambit, and then across here you can see that again the numbers are
That
meaningless
seems
right
like
now.
an
We are in
interesting
development.
game mode. I guess I'll
Different
give it a
tribes
shot
will
though,
be
but it seems
You'll be
interesting
dispatched by
enough.
the Vanguard, and then of course we are collecting in-game lore, so that when we're telling stories that you discover and collect, even if there aren't cinematic cutscenes, which you have in the Forsaken campaign, of course, but throughout your hobby as a Guardian, there are going to be other things that you get to collect and add to this space.
And really quickly, how that works is that you're going to find items in the game that tell a story, and then you can go and gather them and collect them and then read them in here.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna find that story out of order too, right?
Yeah, you're gonna find. Yeah, so like you're gonna find items out in the world, and you're gonna open them, and it might be page 7 of the story. And you're gonna piece it together throughout your travels of all the destinations.
Like a well-armed anthropologist. So let's take a look at collections. A lot of people have, when they talked about Destiny, they're like, how many guns? How many exotics? Where can I find that stuff?
Finally.
How do you get that stuff?
We don't need Destiny
This
sets
is gonna be a
anymore to
great guide
actually
as you assemble
look
your
at our
perfect
collection
arsenal.
of armor,
Again,
exotics,
to
and
leave a lot of this
weapons.
stuff for
Fuck.
exploration at a later
That's
date,
what
but
we
just to show
definitely
you
needed though.
how one of these categories works. We're going to take a look at the exotic arsenal. So you can see here that we have this grouped out by
I just hope the
weapons.
exotic ghosts and sparrows and
So
everything
if I
you're
find
able to
something out in the
re-pick up.
world, If I buy something from Xur, if that fated engram pays off, this gets added to my collection.
Yeah, so once you've acquired something, then it's here. So this is obviously similar to the kiosk that's in the tower, but one key difference, as you noted earlier, is that this is with you at all times.
Yeah.
So you don't have to
certain
go
weapons,
back.
Like the exotics here, you can buy back. For
Thank
price, and so,
God,
you
that's
can,
dope.
With the vault space and with this, you can.
We just had that issue
more
yesterday
confidence
running
that
the
you've got
the
thing.
Spire
When we say buy
Stars.
back, like,
You had
if
to
I
have
were
a
to
dude
acquire Sweet
leave
Business and
our
dismantle
team
it, not that
to
I
go to the
forgive,
tower just to pick up the
because
raid
it's so
influxes
sweet.
and come
But if
back
I
while
did
we
that,
wait.
And then later on, somebody said, "You dismantled Sweet Business?
Yeah.
What are you, an idiot? Like, what did you think you weren't going to put an exotic in your heavy slot?"
Well, you are an idiot.
Yeah, I know. I am an idiot, but I
Oh,
still
shit.
play this game,
Should
and I
probably-
love it just the same.
Oh.
And if I wanted my Sweet Business back, I could use this collection system to restore it to working order in my inventory. Using different materials that I've gathered. It's different for different categories. It's a long conversation.
Fuck Melting Point.
To be really clear, that is explicitly about how the exotics work, and we're working on everything else.
Everything else is a work in progress. And because exotics are a thing of mystery and discovery, you're not going to tell me, you're not going to give me a full menu of what exotics you own and what exotics you don't.
No, but to note something there that I don't think we're going to exactly show, but if you were hovering over an Iron Banner weapon or piece of armor, it would tell you
how to get it.
So it would tell you how to get it. It'd be like, go play that Iron Banner, or go do this strike, or whatever the circumstance is. It'll let you know. Or if it's mysterious like that, it will. You know, they'll still be mysterious, non-exotic.
I just want to know about our Eververse exotic.
Gathering these things together.
Sparrows, ships,
interesting categories.
Yep.
Ghost.
Right. And then the same goes for your weapons. You'll tell me where I can go find all my favorite legendaries, or maybe document the things that I've earned as I progress. Do the same thing for armor, breaking that thing out across all the different activities, all the different subclasses. Collect all of your ghosts, all of your different bots, all of my ships, all of my sparrows, and flare, perhaps near and dear to everyone's heart. The flare, the things that you use to decorate your guardians.
The emblems.
Here we have our emblems.
Legacy.
Here we have our shaders. It's important to wear some flair. It's important to express yourself. You do want to express yourself, don't you, Steve? We really do require 15 pieces of flair in Destiny 2.
Yes.
Some people choose to wear more, and we encourage that.
That's from a movie.
It's a case of the Mondays.
I do have a bit of a case of the Mondays, even though it's Tuesday. But we can see that this is an opportunity for you to look upon all of your treasures. I don't know if these numbers are placeholder or if they are finished. Pardon our dust.
Let's just assume they're all placeholder.
Let's just assume that
We'll
they're all
ignore that
placeholders.
tree run.
That is a fair assumption. And then, as we said over on the right, all of that's work in progress or even to be revealed.
Come on,
So
where you
we'll
at?
be filling in the raw
Damn,
space
these ads
over here
push.
as we finish our work on these new features.
Yeah.
And what else would you want to say about this?
Boy, I mean, like,
Okay.
these were
Okay, that's fair.
features available to everyone. Triumphs and collections are available
Fair,
to
you know,
all
aim at the
players
ground,
of Destiny
shot
2.
aims up.
So
Makes sense.
we're excited. I think that all these things go together to tell a story about depth and about Destiny for me is at its best when I have a triumph I'm chasing that's tied to a bounty, that's tied to a material I'm gathering from a public event. And I feel smart because I chose to do these things, and I'm trying to get the lore to finish the book, and so Destiny's really unique.
No, yeah.
Destiny the most
We're
was
not
that. I think that
having our push like that.
that's been a big piece of what we've been trying to do.
It was really powerful the moment this went in, and we imported our own characters from home, and you could see this just populate with the stuff you had and then the stuff that you still didn't have. And so I know a lot of people out there have almost as much, probably almost everything that they could possibly think that is out in the game, but this tells you, like, no, you still don't have this piece, or you still don't have this thing.
So that
Which
could become
sense do you want to
Are we even going to be able to
Collections launches
equip it though? Like, that's the reason I don't collect everything. I don't have enough vault space to. I used to when it was before we got the first two expansions, but there's just not enough space to keep everything. So I have to dismantle some of my shit.
And the collections tab will be a great way for you to sort of plan your time, which is something that a lot of people in our community talk about. I want to plan my time. I want to play my game in the most profitable way
But
possible.
one thing we've talked about, back to the
it
depth
doesn't.
of the hobby
It's
and everything,
a step in the
there's
right
just
direction. I'll
multiple
give you that.
parallel pursuits that that players want to be on at the same time.
Still
whether
not a
it's
fan of the
campaign
whole
or
season
quests
pass, but I guess we'll
or
see.
adding bounties, and so this collections is just another aspect, another axis of, hey, I can be spending my time going and getting this thing, and I'm
God
getting
damn it.
patrol, and I'm hunting down
I'm
an
doing
outlaw, and I'm
Just
we're doing
ignore it.
shaders, or- yes, or the quest to delete shaders. It's gonna be great.
Cool, guys.
It's almost the title.
Well, I think that's all we're going to talk about today.
Come on.
And I know that we have created
There we
more
go.
questions than we've answered by design. That was the plan. We will be at E3.
Oh no, we
We
didn't create
will
more.
be updating
more
our blog
questions,
every
really.
week. We will be at GuardianCon. We'll be inviting other people to play this
Any
game and to
more?
offer
Nope.
their expert external opinions.
Should probably help this
This
dude.
begins that old familiar summer cycle. If
God,
you are
why
a
are they
Destiny
pushing
fan,
like this?
we're going to travel the world. We're going to talk to people wherever we can find
Should've
them,
brought my
and
shotgun.
we're going to introduce them to Destiny 2.
Oh my
Forsaken.
god.
So
I'm so excited. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for coming with us on this journey. Thank you for playing. We'll see you at E3.
Yeah.
See you at E3.
Yeah.
And you and me and you and Lars and the rest of the people.
From HMS.
Teach from High Moon Studios, who's been a great partner to
Oh my God,
the
it's been
exploration.
amazing. They were like, hey, you want to work with High Moon and go to San Diego with them? I'm like, I guess that's fine. Yeah, no, they've been amazing. They've been absolutely
great.
incredible. It's been really great.
Well, we'll see them at E3 as well.
Yeah.
And if we see you at E3, definitely pull us aside and say hi. And if not, hopefully we'll see you at some point this summer. In closing, we're going to take another look at the Vidoc, but not in full. The team that made that Vidoc for us was given a challenge. We said, take everything that you're revealing, take everything that you're saying, take everything that our developers have said on camera, and compress it into 60 seconds. So let's see how they met that challenge with this. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Oh my god.
Check it out.
Where the fuck is this other random at? Why is he not on the point with me?
We're building something the community has been asking for.
We want to be able to give players what they want, but also surprise them.
We want this release to have a different tone and a different vibe.
You're going to a darker place. You're going to take on a different role as a Guardian.
We're changing the weapon slots. We're changing how the pursuits work.
Gambit is a brand new mode.
Armor perks, random rolls, new mod system, new subclass paths.
We're making Forsaken for people who love Destiny.
Making a game that we can all love. That is the goal. That's what we're going to constantly be pushing towards.
Everything we're building is through that lens.
So, is that it? We're just gonna end it like that? I guess so. Well, it was, yeah, Bungie went offline. Interesting. So, we're getting new-ish enemies, but they still look like Fallen. But they have different weapons, fighting styles. The new subclass ability seems nice, though. Again, very Taken King-ish, where we got new subclasses. But same subclasses, just different trees or paths for your current subclasses that look pretty dope. Gambit, it looks fun-ish. It looks like a PvP version of Prison of Elders almost. So I'll probably play, give it a shot. The raid, I'm all for that, so I'll definitely give that one a go, especially if it changes the more you play. That does sound pretty interesting. Everything else is pretty much what I expected. Weapon changes, which I didn't expect them to go that drastic and let you change all of your slots like that, to have 3 shotguns if you want 3 shotguns. It's just kind of ridiculous, taking the shotgun warrior name to like a whole new level. But that'll be interesting, I guess, to mess around with. Kind of was hoping they would mention something about the mod system, but they didn't really go into that. But the one thing that's still kind of the annual pass. They tried to sneak it in there and then didn't mention a price point intentionally, but essentially Destiny is having a season pass now, which is just like, wow. I mean, granted, I know they've done stuff like that before, but it's like, really? We're already about to top, we're getting close to topping like $200 already spent in game for a game that they've already confirmed they're working on another sequel to it. So we'll be getting a Destiny 3. So after spending about what, $250 on the game by the end of Destiny 2. We're gonna have to get rid of all of our stuff again for Destiny 3. I don't know. It just doesn't rub me the right way. They've already made, revenue-wise, over $1 billion. Like, hell, microverse transactions alone is sustaining Bungie / Activision. So I don't know why our updates or even some of our expansions are becoming free. That was the whole reason why they said they were bringing microtransactions in the first place, Taken King, was so they could give us more free events and free this, free that. And I'm like, yeah, they gave us, what, Christmas and holiday events, but it's like, really? That's what billions of dollars went to? 2-week-long holiday event? Not an actual story DLC mission that, you know, everybody gets to play. But, like I said, I guess we'll see. But it's not looking too bright for Destiny, for me. Like I said, I might pick up the expansion just to give it a shot, but Anthem ass. And if I'm gonna start investing in a game, I think I'll invest in a game that I don't have any ill will towards so far. Because Destiny 2 just has been all over the place recently. But I guess that was the stream. The live stream, at least, for the Bungie reveal. Year 2 reveal. Wasn't anything special, wasn't anything. Like I said, I guess it was a couple surprises, but for the most part, it's the standard Bungie fare. New raid, new strikes, new gear, new armor, new story. And then they teased a couple new features. New weapon systems, a new PvP / PvE mode called Gambit. They showed collections, which actually is something I'm actually happy that's coming. But other than that, yeah, nothing too special that actually got me hyped. Now that I'm thinking about it, surprisingly, nothing that actually really got me hyped for year 2, which is kind of weird. Like, I guess, if anything, maybe the new subclass abilities. It's like, being a warlock, I was looking at the Arcs subclass, and essentially you become fucking a Super Saiyan and shoot a Kamehameha wave out of your hand. But I'm pretty sure Hunters will like the new solar knives. And then Titans. I don't know how Titans will feel about the one massive hammer when you could just throw a crap ton of them, but I guess we'll see what some of the other abilities for the other subclasses for the other characters are when they, I guess, delve into it a bit more. And then we still got E3 next week that'll be showing story trailer, even though I'm really looking for the new Mortal Kombat announcement and Anthem come E3, but it should still be it should be interesting to see what the story is going to be like, even though they kind of teased it that Cade pretty much was just rounding up a bunch of villains for the Prison of Elders, and essentially it's a big ass prison break because it's Cade, and kind of, I'm assuming we just got to stop him, either put him back in prison or straight up kill him. But yep, stream was okay, I guess. Like I said, didn't really raise my hype level for year 2, but like I said, I'll give it a chance. Like, Bungie definitely hasn't earned I'ma buy a Destiny 3 for me, like, at all. Hell, I didn't want to buy Destiny 2 because I was so mad that we were going to lose all our stuff and our achievements and rewards and everything from Destiny 1 because we were going to lose all our progress. But like I said, I'll at least finish out Destiny 2. I'll give it its chance. But so far, Bungie still needs to convince me that a Destiny 3 would even be worth picking up. But I guess until then, actually, reset should be hitting. We do a mini reset stream, and then I'll do the Mass and Dawn quest. The last step of it, along with some escalation protocol and just work on milestones while we wait. Let me see. Yep, 8 minutes to reset. So yeah, I will be back in 8 minutes with another stream.